Barra De La Cruz, maybe a little inconsistent, but very rippable here on finals day. David Silva just took out Leo Fioravanti for a spot in his first ever championship tour final. He'll be joined by one of these men, Jack Robinson or Mateus Herdy. Brazil versus Australia. Taylor Knox got that win as we have some catching up to do. Quick look for Mateus Herdy. And Jack got this wave right on the buzzer, going for a big air reverse, and he landed the back of the wave.
Yeah, just on top of it. Here's the replay, Joe. Smaller size set wave, but look at the aggressiveness on the opening maneuver. That thing was huge. I actually think from that perspective, judges can actually appreciate it a bit more. The rotation was perfect, and then went to town on the wall. Beautiful layback. Just hands behind his back, and look at how strong this kid is now. He was a boy a few years ago. Now he's a man, Joe. He's got that body complexion where it just suits this wave, and boy, is he going to get a great score to start this thing off. I mean, just based off of the quality of waves today, I can see this up in the 9-point range just based off of this one maneuver. Look at the height, the aggression, and as you said, landed with the lip line on top of it.
That was my favorite part about that alley-oop. Some surfers can do these without much projection of a section. They're so good at that rotation, but that lip sent him to the heavens.
Look at the height that his tail had. The hang time, it was a full rotation, landed on the lip line and came down with that.
Strider, how good is Barra? That wave spit underneath the feet of Jack Robinson on one of the biggest punts we've seen.
Yeah, you know what? It looked like his board was strapped to his feet.
This is all about these two guys going blow for blow, and I think they need to keep some room up there at the top of the scale. Snap quickly for Jack, and he's out.
Yeah, and I mean, still early stages. I think that's another great point you make right there. 24 minutes to go. You saw what Herdy did, especially at the end of the heat last night against Italo.
I think Jack will probably understand the sound of his 7.33 once this heat really starts developing with more rides. Because at first he might be thinking, hey, I thought I almost got a perfect score. Here comes the wild card. He's got the speed. Mateus answers with a big alley-oop. Ends up floating away out the back. One of the first airs he has in pole. And meanwhile, Robinson's in his favorite room, the green room. Roundhouse cutback. Styles through that carve. And now setting up this inside track is Jack Robinson. Bravo looking for another big roundhouse as he'll skate back into the pocket. There's the lip. Speed turn there. Nice vertical power hack and stays on his feet.
Went for the rotation and the hit at the end. Woo. Bravo's got a great style on the barrel, doesn't he, Joe? And then just wraps it around one more time. I love the subtle variation right there with that layback. Puts his arms behind his back, and this is the main difference I'm seeing in Robinson. A lot more patience, a lot more maturity, and look at how well he was able to finish this wave off. Point of difference right there, a different kind of cutback. Goes up into the lip just to finish things off right there. And that's a smart competitor now in the 23-year-old Robinson.
And this is what he became famous for, a slab specialist. And being one of the greatest in slabs, that's going to help you out on a takeoff at Barra.
Yeah, it's similar drop, a lot of moving around, a lot of water moving around you. And look at how well he recovered after his fins were just sliding down the face of the wave right there. Great composure from Jack.
For Mateus hurts, but he's already on an answer. Frontside full rotation. Nails the oncoming section for a combination of maneuvers from air to snap. 19:40 to go.
Yeah, a lot of action, Joe. And after Robinson's wave, Mateus is going to need a combination of two scores. Great recognition from Mateus to at least acknowledge that Bravo is probably going to have a solid backup. And that was where Mateus actually started his.
I felt like I was just out of rhythm, where the whole week I've been in rhythm. And it sucked. It sucks because I had a lot more left in the tank. But like you said, great result.
And we're also still working out seeding for WSL's Final 5 for the women. which will be very important when we crown our champions. Full rotation, stomps it in the flats for Mateus Herdy. So he's not getting these really long, beautiful barrel rights. He's getting very short sections, still performing. Let's take another look.
Yeah, a strong air is this one, Joe. And when I say strong, just the impact that he had to receive when he landed was very difficult.
So great, flashing back to 1995 with Quiksilver's iconic moments of G-Land. Remember, G-Land's on the calendar for 2022. Into live action with wrapping turns from Mateus Herdy from Florianopolis. Getting into the open face, trying to catch up to Jack Robinson. Nice pace into this wall. There's the throw tail reverse. Beautifully done into the barrel. And he will ride away clean. His front foot was so high up on the nose, and he was still able to pull in to get shacked after the rotation.
And this was a great wave too for Mateus. Things are heating up. This heat's delivering, and an important wave here at this point of the heat, Joe. Just under 10 minutes. You need a score. You know that Robinson's probably going to better his low score too. And the wild card just went to town on the face of this wave. Love the setup right there. And look at this air. Boom. No grab either. And that, to me, was the most difficult thing he did all wave long. To land that way.
Maybe in a beach break, you'd see that number pretty inflated.
Uh-oh.
As we go into the pit with Jack Robinson. Bravo flies out of the barrel into a big vertical snap. Wraps it, now paces his way on this soft shoulder. Definitely famous for being one of the best tube riders in the world. Whether it's a Tahiti pipeline, a right-hand point break, the box. He got to show it off on the takeoff here. Nice clean carve, just wants to stay on his feet. Jack Robinson looking to finish. And nice solid end section move. And that was probably the loudest we've heard Robinson yell after an amazing wave. He is in sync. He's doing different things every time he stands up. He's given us alley-oops, and definitely one of the best barrels we've seen while we've been here.
Look at this barrel right here, Joe. To me, the heaviest wave of the event so far. And what do we talk about? Deep and technical barrel rides. That was it from Jack Robinson. I'd have to say the hardest barrel to surf all event long. And I loved how composed he was after it. Did not rush anything, knew that he just needed to finish it off. There's one super important turn right here, Joe, where he goes a little bit further back. Look at this, after this one cut back. Look at how deep he gets right there off of the bottom turn, right in the pocket. Just a separate point of difference from what we've normally seen on the face of the wave. And as we know, Robinson had had difficulties in closing out heats before. It doesn't seem like he's doing it right now.
Complete free fall on the takeoff to pack such a deep section. He had so much room in that barrel out the back.
Wow, and he was gone for a few seconds too. Look at how deep and technical that barrel ride is. And be able to get barreled after the air, impressive.
Back to live, back to the air for Mateus. Throws the reverse to start, smaller section. But sometimes these will double up. So he's going to hang in there. Now getting to a better part of the wall. A lot of speed to go big. Lofty front side air reverse. Did not get the completion. In his backyard, one of the toughest slabs in the world. Alley-oop rotation complete right there for Mateus.
Man, you know, I love his approach. I think he's doing the smartest thing he could do at this point of the heat, just to be able to break combination if he can. But after seeing Robinson's waves, Joe, the set waves, both of them, especially the barrel, this thing probably won't even come close to the scoreline that Robinson currently has. I think he might have been able to pull it off if he landed this air, but unfortunately for him, was not able to ride out cleanly. 9.29, low score of an 8, and just great appreciation there for the deep and technical tube ride. Did you see that rock that pops out right next to where the surfer was, Joe?
I sure did, Mitch. There's the alley-oop, and just out the back for Herdy.
That's where you would normally catch the wave, when it's as big as it possibly gets. And imagine falling close to that. That's the only one that actually pops out.
Jack Robinson will take on David Silva in the final of the Corona Open Mexico, presented by Quiksilver. Wild card performance from Mateus Herdy equals Liam O'Brien as a wild card at Guajima upon Rottnest Island.